Hello, welcome to Yellow Door Urban Homestead. I am Asia and I'm an urban gardener growing in a small space in my backyard. Today I'm on a fishing trip because I'm on vacation. I'm pretty excited. I love fishing. I love fishing by myself. There's not a lot of people down here. So I'm back for my fishing excursion for today. Didn't catch much of anything. The reel that I normally use, it broke last year. The rod that I used, the reel broke on that rod last year. And so today I was just thinking like, oh, I'll just use one of the other two rods that I have. They were trash. So I'm gonna fix that and try to go back maybe Thursday, and my dad might come with me, so that should be fun. But I wanted to show you guys some stuff. I am about to start my fall seeds, which I was supposed to do on the 15th. I am behind. I did not feel like it, but I am going to. I overwinter things anyway, so I cover my beds with plastic in most cases. I put the hoops up, but I still need to get those started. So I'm going to try and get those started today. But I wanted to show you something because it is the height of summer and it may feel like everything is going wrong in your garden, but it's the height of summer. So just so everyone knows, when it gets this hot, things start to decline. So if you are dealing with that, please, please, please don't give up. Don't get overwhelmed. If something is not growing or if something is dying, pull it out and plant something else. Especially if you're in a growing zone that has a lot more days left, just pull it out and plant something else. So let me show you the few things that I noticed when I got home today. So that one zucchini plant that was doing really well. One moment. I'm gonna show you. Oh my God. We have a squash vine borer. So what I did, because I've been seeing all of these posts that say like, don't stake your squash, this, that, and the third. I went ahead and I pulled it down, and there was one today and it was very small, and I grabbed it for several reasons, like the mice, which I am getting under control. I have caught 5 mice so far. So I'm getting that under control. No, it was not the humane way. It was with snap traps. And I was using cheese at a point that was working, and then it stopped. So I switched to peanut butter. Peanut butter seems to be the best way to do it. I've caught more with peanut butter than I did with cheese, and I caught more with the snap trap than I did with the humane trap. I didn't catch one with the humane trap. But anyway, back to the squash plant. So I was seeing where people were saying, don't stake your squash. If they get vine borer, they can root somewhere else. And so I just pulled it out of the tomato cage. And since I had kind of cleared this space up, it has a little bit of space to run. So I'm going to give that a try until it just dies all the way out. It's still green, still looking healthy. So I'm going to leave it. Also showing you what we planted Saturday. So the dinosaur kale looks fine, like it's surviving. Oh, Swiss chard, not so much. Although the smaller leaves of the Swiss chard are looking okay. So I am leaving it. Out of the 6 that I planted, there are 4 left. And that's the other kale, which also, the smaller leaves are still looking moisturized. I don't know if that's the word. Hydrated. The smaller leaves are looking hydrated, but they are getting eaten. So we'll see. If these grow well, if they continue to grow, even if they have a little bit of pest pressure, I will still keep them because they're a cut and come again type vegetable. And so when it is time for me to plant out broccoli and cabbage and things that I want in the bed, I'll just move them to a bed that I don't cover because kale for sure can go down like to very low temperatures. And Swiss chard can too. So I'll just move them to a bed that I'm not going to cover. So this year, my plan for the fall garden is in the beds will be my broccoli, my cabbage, my kohlrabi, things like that. The vegetables that don't need to be covered, I will put them over here where the cherry tomatoes are, and any other bed that might get a decent amount of sun so that I can grow more of the things that I want to preserve, like broccoli. Cabbage, I don't do like coleslaw and things like that. but I still want more than I have gotten in the previous years, and I kind of want to grow everything in the same spot. And growing everything in the same spot is not always the best idea, because if the pests find it, then they find your whole bed of it. So that's my plan, but by the time it's time to plant, I will probably have changed my thought on that. But let me show you one more thing. This poor little Paul Robeson. It is dying. It is dying. It does have one little tomato on it, so I'm trying to give that a little bit of time. The soil is moist, so you can see that. The soil is moist. It's not a watering issue. I fertilize every week or so. Sometimes I miss it, but that poor little tomato looks terrible. So what I have decided to do is, if there are any plants that are looking pretty bad in a bag, I'm gonna pull them very soon, because I want more potatoes. So the mice took out my bed of potatoes that was in ground, well, no dig. They've also been over here in the bags in front of the asparagus, and I know what I'm doing with my fingers. They've been in those bags too. So if there is a bag that I can go ahead and pull a plant out of, now that I seem to perhaps be getting the mice under control, and thank you everyone for saying, like, you got this, and giving me suggestions. I really do appreciate that. They're not completely gone, but there are way less in here than there were. So my plan is, if it's in a bag and it's not doing well, like that pepper I showed you all a while ago, it's right there. I went ahead and cut it down, but I left it in the bag just to see if maybe some leaves would start to regrow. It has not. So those two bags, I will be pulling those plants out of, and I'm going to plant another round of potatoes in there. The other thing that I want to show you all is this horrible looking flower bed. So these are snapdragons, and I think I've told you all before that snapdragons like the cool weather, so they are looking pretty bad. I'm probably going to cut them back. These are snapdragons that just was like, I'm done here, so I'm going to cut those back too. But on a brighter note, sorry about that, I thought I saw a mouse. But on a brighter note, look at these beautiful dahlias that are starting to come up everywhere. That purple is beautiful. I absolutely love it. So down here you have the bachelor's buttons that's throwing out maybe one or two plants. I'm going to pull that out as well. I am going to cut the calendula back. And from what I hear, if you cut it back, you see where there are little new plants coming out of that same stem. That will happen, because right now they're literally just like vining everywhere. So I'm still in the process of resetting my garden. Hollyhocks looking terrible. So I'm going to cut those down to the ground. Hollyhocks come back every year. And so they may even sprout again once the weather cools off. So I'm going to cut those back as well. My asters are about to bloom. They're very pretty flowers. They've been shaded for a large amount of this season. And so I am going to hopefully, once I cut some of this stuff back, but let's talk about the echinacea that's just going and going and going. But once I cut some of this stuff back and maybe stake some things, that aster will get the sun it needs to produce its beautiful flower. The beans we planted together Saturday is looking really good. I've been watering these twice a day, honestly, because it is very hot. It is in the 90s here. So they're looking really good. I'm happy about that because I need more beans. Also, on the bright side, I'm starting to see new flowers on the peppers, which I wasn't seeing for a while, I think because of the heat. Hopefully they don't drop, but either way, they're still looking really good. We actually have a red cayenne pepper down there. I didn't pull it because I want to make hot sauce with these. I need more than just one. There's another one that is starting to turn red. So I'm just giving the peppers their time, but there's a lot of peppers everywhere. Now that I cannot complain about, just waiting for them to turn colors. That's a Hungarian wax pepper. Okay, the other thing I need to do to kind of reset is I need to clean my greenhouse out. So I can start my plants inside. I want to start my plants inside, but I also want to learn to take care of plants outside in the heat so I don't have to use electricity in the house. So I'm gonna clean the greenhouse out, and I am going to do my best to start my fall seeds outside. Y'all wish me luck. Do you start your fall seeds outside, or do you start them in the house as well? The echinacea, y'all. The echinacea is so beautiful. So this is the plant I told you I cut down. And so I also went ahead and cut that one down right there. And so I'm thinking it's just gonna grow back like that one did. Echinacea is awesome. I need to learn how to use it medicinally because it's very prolific. These plants are from last year. Any echinacea plant I think that's out here is from last year. And last year, they did not flower. They didn't do anything. This year, they are popping. And I feel like cutting it back made it grow more, which is probably true because that's kind of true for a lot of plants. Really quickly, I wanted to show y'all, this is not a garden tour, it's just a vlog, but I want to show you everything. So if you remember, this amaranth was like just kind of hanging. I was able to tie it to the trellis, and I think that looks so cute. I should have planted more. I really should have, because can you imagine that going all the way across here? Like if I had put it in between the loofah and then like sprawled it out across the trellis, I think that would be really cute. And on this side, which right now is just weeds, but next year I'm gonna make this a bed over here so that I can plant more amaranth in it. Another thing about kind of resetting, you start to think about other things. The other thing I did was went ahead and put in another tromboncino squash seed on both sides because one of my tromboncino squash plants, it is struggling. I don't know why though. But what I was saying is that's another thing about when you're starting to reset. You can think about things that you can do for the next year in your garden that you would like to see. And then, you know, you could actually start planning for next spring, although I'm just about to start planning for fall. But I'm going to clean out the greenhouse so that I can get my seeds started. So I save these bags, any kind of bag that I got from the store, so that when I pull my compost out of the compost pile when it's finished, I have somewhere to store it so that I can still make more compost. So any soil that I have left from a pot like that something died in, I'm gonna go and dump it into the compost pile so that it can be used to charge the compost pile. And of course, my cardboard boxes, where I told my kids, keep all cardboard boxes. They also heard, and as messy as possible. I will this week work on laying all the cardboard boxes that I have out in the garden, in the walkways. Whole bag of garden line. So I'm gonna just straight push that on the ground and cover it with some cardboard. Ta-da! The greenhouse is clean. So now I can use it to start my plants, and I can actually get into it now. The next section that I'm gonna have to clean is my back porch, where all of my cardboard boxes and garden things are. I will not be doing that tonight. My plan for tonight was the greenhouse, and I got it done. Lord, y'all. So this morning, 3 mice. Oh Lord, this is a lot. I think that's 8. I'm up to 8. I have caught 8. I'm just gonna keep putting the traps out. So anyone who's fighting with it, I got some traps from Family Dollar. There were 4 for like $2.50. Started out with cheese. It was working, but not that good. Peanut butter is the way to go. Peanut butter and snap traps. I'm up to 8, and I think I got the biggest one. The rest were pretty small, but this morning, got the biggest one. So I'm gonna keep the traps out. So like at this point, for the rest of the summer, I'm just gonna keep the traps out in case like a new family decides to move in. But I'm very excited. Like I can't even tell you how excited I am because I was very frustrated with the whole situation. So yeah, just figured I'd pop in and tell you all that there is a way. It's kind of disgusting, but there is a way. Okay, so I have cleared up the flower bed like I said I was gonna do. It's warm out here, the sun is out. I have watered and done all of that stuff today. This vlog is maybe over a 2-day period. Yeah, it's over a 2-day period. So, garden still looking pretty good. It's hot out here. I am going to sign off for this vlog. I hope everyone has had a wonderful week. I'm enjoying my vacation, staycation. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Visit me over on Instagram at Miss MS Asia Spratley, where I post about the things going on in the garden pretty much every day. Everyone, have a wonderful rest of your week. Bye.